two have already met the first WCC game of the year up in Spokane at a Bulldogs blowout. Gonzaga really beat up on the Pilots. So Portland trying to return the favor here tonight. There's the head man, Mark Few, 13th year, almost unprecedented success, second best winning percentage of any coach active in all of college basketball. Another excellent Gonzaga team trying to make it 12 straight WCC regular season conference titles. What a record it's been for Few and his Bulldogs. So here we go. From the University of Portland, Robert Sacre and the freshman Thomas Vandermars. Gonzaga controls the ball. Bulldogs first possession of the night. One of those two freshmen, Gary Bell Jr., gives it up, a lob play, and Harris caught the ball on the opposite side of the rim and could not finish.
Well, the play was executed perfectly. It was just a bad pass by Eddie. He didn't deliver it on the money. He has to deliver it to the other side of the rim.
First shot for Ryan Nicholas goes in and out. And the Bulldogs quickly into the front court. Gonzaga, Miles, likes to play at a quick pace.
Well, they want to play in transition as much as possible, especially with this freshman backcourt who is dynamic in transition, Bell and Pango.
Derek Rogers, the point guard for the Pilots, getting a start in place of Tim Douglas tonight. Kevin Bailey now with the ball. Very talented freshman for Portland. Rogers in the key, and the first bucket of the game for Portland.
Nice job of Bailey drawing two defenders, able to jump in the air and find the cutting Rogers. Rogers with a soft touch.
Senior Robert Sacre, soft touch on the hook shot.
I think Mark Few has to be really happy with that. Sacre went through a little bit of a lull about 3 or 4 games ago. Tough game against St. Mary's. Didn't play well. 1 for 7, 4 points. But last couple games much better, being more aggressive and going to the basket, not fading away.
Meanwhile, Kevin Brill, one of the officials, has some sort of problem with the basketball itself, and he's tossing that one out of play. He wants a different ball. So just a minute plus into this game, here comes the backup basketball. And they'll put that one into play.
I don't think I've ever seen that at a game.
I don't know that I have either. Kevin was right there on the problem. So now Portland with the ball, the 2-2 tie. Rogers starting in place of the sophomore Tim Douglas. Derek Rogers, not a big score at the point guard. Mitrovic is a big scorer on the perimeter. Missed that 3, but a Pilots offensive rebound.
Key for Portland tonight, no turnovers and no quick bad shots, because that leads to transition for the Zags. And Portland not the best defensive transition team in the conference.
And they do need to make some of those outside shots to have a chance for a big upset. Bailey, double team, lost the ball. And here comes Kevin Pangos. In transition, Eddie draws a foul. He'll go to the line.
And that's what we just said, Dave. The turnovers turning into transition opportunities or buckets. Eddie able to go to the foul line.
The foul against Portland sends Guy Landry Eddy to the free throw line. A native of France, junior college transfer, had to sit out the first 8 games of the year. But here we are about halfway through WCC league play, and Eddy has worked his way into the starting lineup. And this is the first of 2 free throws.
Yeah, it just kind of brings a different dimension, some more athleticism on the wing. Obviously great size. He has an excellent body. He's a winner. He played in the junior college national championship game last year for Midland. Actually played against Pierre Jackson, who's having a phenomenal year for the Baylor Bears.
The 2 guys out of that game who've gone on to impact big-time programs. Landrietti. 1 free throw. The Zags with their first lead of the game. Nemanja Mitrovic, the senior, got away from the double team. Nicholas, the big man, passed up the 3 and then had his shot blocked out of bounds by Elias Harris. So the Pilots keep it. Harris very active this season. Elias Harris having a nice bounce back year after a down sophomore season.
Ball remains with Portland.
16 seconds on the shot clock. There's Elias Harris, a candidate for player of the year in the WCC. Mitrovic, the inbounder. Now Douglas, Rogers, the point guard in the half court. Mitrovic thought about the 3. Vandermars, the freshman, nice shot.
Vandermars from Nemanja Mitrovic.
Here come the Zags. Gary Bell had his shot blocked. Vandermars got back on defense.
The Zags waste no time attacking. They don't care that they've given up 2 points on the other end. Want to attack you right here on this end.
Kevin Pangos, one of the best freshman players in all of college basketball. Here's Eddie in the lane. Switch to the left hand, and then Portland loses the ball out of bounds, but no. It'll be Pilots basketball.
I thought that ball went off one of the Pilot postmen there, either Vandermars or Nicholas. Fortunate call for
Just a
Portland.
reminder, there is no flash photography allowed.
Dorian Kaysen, a freshman from Southern California, in for the first time for Portland with the ball and a 1-point lead. And here is Kaysen with his first touch of the night.
And here comes Mitrovic back off staggered screens.
The catch, passed up the shot, in the key. Rogers spin move, and he's got another bucket.
Rogers really inserted into the starting lineup because he takes care of the ball, gets them into their sets. That's just an added bonus that he has 4 points early in this game. See, Rogers does a great job. Pangos over helps on that on Mitrovic, who came off the screen hard. Rogers, excellent job of creating in the lane and not getting too deep.
Meanwhile, on this end, the officials called a double foul against Sacre and Vandermars. So a foul on each side. Bulldogs will keep the ball with the full 35 seconds to shoot. On the inbound play, Harris got free.
From Gary Bell Jr.
You hate to see mistakes on the defensive end on baseline out of bounds play. It's something that's gone over time and time again, especially in the shoot-arounds and the practices leading up to the game tonight.
Kevin Bailey with the ball on the perimeter, maybe the biggest profile recruit in the history of this Pilots program. Bailey comes back to catch it, hounded by Guy Landrietti. Shot clock now under 10. Bailey still looking to make a move, will shoot the three, no good. Zags basketball after the long Karam rebound goes out of bounds. And there's Kevin Bailey from Clovis, Central California, top 150 kind of player. And the Pilots think he's going to be a star.
First possession of zone, little 1-1-3 matchup by the Pilots.
Pangos trying to burn that zone, in and out, no good. Harris offensive rebound, missed the shot, tipped it around. Portland grabs it. Rogers, confident early, but a whistle and an offensive foul.
Number 15, Gary Rogers. First personal, third team foul on the Pilots.
So wave off the bucket for Rogers, the foul. Waves off that basket, but Derek Rogers and the Pilots, despite the whistle here, off to a pretty good start here in Portland. WCC action here tonight from Portland, and the Pilots with the early 6-5 lead against the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Well, the West Coast Conference very heated at the top, particularly three teams, all very good teams this year. And as we look at the key remaining games on the schedule, one comes up on ESPNU on Saturday, St. Mary's at BYU, but the Gales, the Cougars, and the Zags, Miles, all with a chance to win this WCC.
Absolutely, and I think the key thing is St. Mary's has beaten Gonzaga and BYU at home, so they have to return those games, obviously, to Provo and Spokane. That's a tough task. They probably need to split one of those if they want to win the conference. And then for the Zags and BYU, trying to hold serve at home court. BYU's given one up already to LMU, who's been a surprise team in this conference, and they're locked in a battle tonight against St. Mary's.
And we'll keep you posted on that game going on down in Los Angeles, Loyola Marymount and St. Mary's, as we go through this one here, because that is a huge game in the WCC. But the Gales still undefeated, the only team still undefeated in league play. Gonzaga with the one loss coming into tonight's game. Off the inbound play, the freshman Pangos, a little floater, missed the shot, tip no good. Harris couldn't get it to go.
Good job of crashing on the weak side by Harris. He needs to be able to finish those layups.
Now Bailey in transition. Nice athletic move, and then missed the shot out of bounds off of Portland.
I think Bailey just anticipated contact there. None came, and he just kind of floundered and threw the shot up.
So missed opportunity for Eric Reveneau's Pilots, who fall back on defense. Tim Douglas, the sophomore point guard, now in. He helps spring a little double team. Sam Dower gets it off to Gary Bell Jr. Eddie dribble it right off his foot out of bounds.
The mixing of the defenses, there's been man-to-man, there's been 1-1-3, now trapping out of the zone. Really, Coach Reveneau trying to keep the Zags and this young freshman backcourt kind of on their toes. And then Guy Landry-Eddy, remember, he's a junior college transfer, so this is his first time here playing at Portland, first year in Division I basketball.
He takes a seat on the bench. Marquise Carter playing defense now. He's in the game for Gonzaga. Zags are a very deep team. They'll use just about everybody on their bench. Tanner Riley in for the Pilots and shoots a three, no good. Fighting for that rebound, though, Vandermars, who went out of bounds off of Gonzaga.
Substitution for the Pilots, David Carr in the lineup, replacing Kevin Bailey.
Portland has played better at home. The overall record is ugly, although it's a little misleading because of the very difficult non-conference schedule for the Pilots. 2-5 in WCC play. But they're a tough team here inside the Chiles Center. Vandermars with a good catch and then missed the easy shot.
Vandermars has to go to the rim, maybe even put that on the floor one dribble. He was wide open for a slam dunk.
Pangos into the key. Harris is fouled by Tanner Riley. So foul against Portland there.
Tanner Riley, first personal, fourth team foul on the Pilots. Substitution for Gonzaga, Robert Sacre in the lineup.
Robert Sacre is going to come back in, and Elias Harris will go to the bench. So Sacre, the senior leader. Harris has been active early. He's had some good looks, has not been able to get but one shot to go down. Pangos off the inbound, and his three is too strong. Sacre over the back, trying to rip away the offensive rebound. Sacre back in for a couple of seconds, and now he goes right back to the bench with his second foul.
And from my perspective here, Dave, that looks like he got that clean. There's no body contact. He doesn't push in the back early. Sacre, just the bigger, more athletic guy, went straight up. And Mark Few is making that point right now to the officials that he just went up and got it. Rule of verticality there.
He's a legit 7-footer. Ryan Nicholas, the Portland player, did have position for the rebounds, just 6'7".
And that maybe changes the way this game is played right now. Excellent pick and pop action there as Ryan Nicholas hits the three. But now 2 fouls. Probably Sacre sits out for the rest of the half, leaving up to Harris and Dower on the inside.
And the foot was on the line, so they ruled it a long two, but still Nicholas. Nice touch from the outside. There's Dower who had it blocked by little Tim Douglas, who's out on the break now. Douglas, very quick, knifes his way to the basket, draws a foul.
Gonzaga foul on number 5, Gary Bell Jr. His first personal.
Great job by Tim Douglas. He's a little late on the rotation, but excellent job of getting his hand on top of that basketball, making the play on the defensive end for the Pilots, and then sparking transition the other way.
Just 5'10", and that's his first block of the season. It led to the breakout. He misses the first of 2 free throws. He's an excellent free throw shooter who has struggled here in his sophomore year. He had a nice freshman season. They expect big things out of this player, but the turnovers have been a problem for the point guard.
Yeah, he's been struggling a lot in the last few games, only 4 points a game in the last 3. He's their second leading scorer, but more so the turnovers not being able to get the Pilots into their offense. 4 turnovers a game in league is just too much for a PG.
Douglas matched up with Pangos now. Carter in the corner, getting it down low to a very talented scorer, the sophomore Sam Dower. He's a lefty, spins baseline, missed the shot. Zags struggling on offense in the early minutes of this game. Douglas almost turned it over there. Kaysen shoots a 3, way too strong.
That's sometimes just a case of being a little bit too excited for a freshman. Kaysen only 7 for 26 from the three-point line this season.
Nice move by Pangos.
Pangos has the complete package for a point guard. He can pass. He has a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. He can